Shalom, shalom, Yahshua. Keep Israelites in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Once again, pops out of downfall of Babylon the Great. You know, first things first, head to the east. All praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, we conquer gods. Fellow Hebrew tongues, correct names of the Heavenly Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the apostles and elders, the GMS, Shalom to sisters and brothers living this truth, and the brothers and sisters studying and listening to show themselves approved. Shalom. We're to come out today to talk about, you know, the temperature of what's going on right now. And what we're seeing right now, Esau, Edom, aka the white nation, they in great straits. They're in great straits because they finesse game, which goes in their deceit, is coming to an end. People are starting to wake up. People that's not even in this truth. People that just got, you know, critical thinking skills, a certain amount of intelligence. Everybody's starting to wake up. Because it really, to me, it wasn't a good plot. It wasn't a good lie. And everybody now is starting to catch on. And with everybody catching on, that's going to lead to a pushback from the people. And when that push comes, you know, hey, we looking at all hell gonna break loose. Because Esau, I know he got to be anticipating that. Because now the finesse game is over with. He ain't gonna have no choice but to come with that sword that he was blessed with. Which really, this whole thing, he's not gonna be able to crown his enterprise as success at all. And through the time when heads are willing to edify, we're gonna show that. So we're gonna start off the first thing first. The precept, open it up, show that Esau lied so much that he believed his own lies. So we'll start out with Obadiah 1 and 3. The pride of thy heart hath deceived thee. Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that said in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? So right there, somebody said the pride of his heart who have deceived thee. Who's the deceiver? The deceiver is Esau, Edom, the white nation, aka the devil. That's all they do. Everything they got was by deceit. You know, they use deceit first, and when deceit don't work, then they use the sword. So the first thing they're gonna do, they're gonna try to run a little trickery. You know, if I can trick you, if I can fool you, you know, then I ain't gotta get all bloody with it. You know, it'd be easy. I ain't gotta lose no resources or nothing. So Esau always comes with trickery. He gets everything he got by deceit. America, everything, all this knowledge that America is built on a lie. You know, everything they come with. And it said, just how we know it's talking about Esau, it said, thou dwellest in the clefts of the rock. Esau came out of Mount Seir. That was they dwell. They got chased in Mount Seir. They dwelled in the clefts of the rock. That's the caveman. You know, with the raccoons talking about Ooga Booga. That's them. They say whose habitation is on high. Esau like to be in what? Skyscrapers, penthouses. Everywhere they built, they like to be, you know, they want the high places. You know, they blessing was to get the fatness of the earth. I notice when they get it, they always want to come up high, like a damn eagle, like an eagle. They always want to be high and look down on everybody. That's how Esau feel. He pumped up with pride. You know, he feel like he's the greatest thing ever because the Most High gave him dominion over the earth. He don't give reverence to Yahweh Shah. He really thumb his nose at Yahweh Shah. He think he did it on his own power. So with that, he thinks he's God. He thinks he's great because he can splice atoms and change DNA through his science. They try to tell everybody to trust in. That's Esau. You know, that's what got him his head big. Like, because his sword he been blessed with that sword and it's turned into such a powerful military might that he thinks, he says, who shall bring me down? Esau think can't nobody touch him, man. He got satellites, he got what's that? Direct energy weapons, microwave energy weapons, AI. Super soldiers, robot troops. Esau think, man, can't nobody, he can't be touched, you know. But the top elites, the top Edomites, they know the word, they shaking in their boots. Because they know deep down, like, man, you don't want Yahweh Shah to come back. Yahweh Shah come back, it's a rap buzz. So, that being said, they like, okay, I can't do nothing against Yahweh Shah, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go attack Yahshua. I'm going to go attack his people because they still in my hand. In my possession, so I'm gonna attack and harass them because I can do that to them, you know. Where is what he's thinking? Once your house shot get back, that 144 get raised up. Hey, they gonna come back, and that's what Ezekiel 25:14 gonna go into play. Micah 4 and 13, Micah 5 and 7, and it's gonna ultimately lead to Psalms 2 and 8. You know, that's what's about to happen. That's on the plate. So with this devil knowing that, he got but a short time. That's why you got Creepy Joe talking about on my patience running thing. It's like, Yahweh Shah like a pass rusher. He's rushing them. So with them being rushed, they can't sit back like they used to in the 1700s, 1800s and get their plot off like that. They got to hurry up and go quick, you know. So with that being said, same time you got that precept with Esau, with the Most High, is doing Esau's wisdom, you know, because they're trying to pull off their greatest accomplishment, their greatest scheme, you know, and at the same time they put off their greatest scheme, they losing something that you need to pull off the scheme. And that's why they're in straits right now. That's why Esau is struggling so hard. Like you see it in their politicians' face. This is not going according to plan.
Real quick before I read that precept, read the definition of the word finesse. Real quick, for edification purposes, this is the word finesse. It says an attempt to win a trick or card in a certain winner. So the similar meaning for finesse is trick. Another meaning, strategy. Strategy goes into a plan or a scheme, especially one used to outwit an opponent or achieve an end. Okay, so that's Esau. Machine nation, a plot or a scheme. Okay, so that's who we talking about. That's his characteristics. Okay, he's a tricker. Now, to get the precept, this is Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 7. It said, concerning Edom, thus says the Lord, the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more than teeming? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? Okay, you want me to keep reading? Verse 8. It said, flee ye, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitant of Dan, for I will bring the calamity of Esau upon him, the time that I will visit him. Yeah, so right here it says Jeremiah chapter 7 and verse 6, it said concerning Edom. And it said, thus said the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more in teeming. Okay, so if wisdom no more in teeming, which is basically what the object brought down, it said Esau Edom is losing their wisdom. Everybody is aware of his trickery. Everybody is aware of his lies and his philosophy. Okay, and it says his counsel perished from the prudent. Okay, is their wisdom vanished? And the answer to that question would be yes, because even the two-third nation is also recognizing Esau Edom his wisdom is fallen. Okay, they recognize that Esau Edom ain't nothing but a liar and he's a deceitful person. You got it.
Obadiah 1:6. It says, how are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hiding places sought up?
Hear that? How are the things that Esau searched out? How are anything, brought up? And we know the answer to that. You know, like your precept went hand to hand. He gets searched out because for one, he losing his wisdom. You know, when you lose your wisdom, you become what? Naked. That's why the Most High said, I have made Esau bare. So when he stripped him naked, made him bare, hey, everybody can see all his wickedness, see his iniquity, see his game plan. They can see everything. Clear. But make Esau bare, they go hand in hand. So with that, with the Most High, you got to call Allah Yahweh Shah, stripping them of their wisdom, you know. And then when he stripped them of their wisdom, the prophets who have wisdom, we calling it out. It said the heaven shall reveal his iniquity, you know. So the men that dwell in the heavens got the kingdom of heaven, and we calling this devil out. We calling all his moves out. It's like we got the playbook, you know, because we do got the playbook. Because we got the word. The word, Yahweh Shah made Esau. So he know how Esau operate. He know Esau moves. You know, he tell you how Esau gonna do. So we done ate the whole road, you know, and we know what Esau about to do. That's why we seen everything he about to do. We seen it coming. So now what we do, like good watchmen, we sit up and we blow the trumpet. We let you know, like, hey man, they setting this up. The next move is this. They're gonna come with that. This is gonna set this up, you know. And if you put it out there and you do your own due diligence and look up, you're gonna see that we not lying. And he's lying. You're gonna see him. He's gonna be made bare. And once everybody starts seeing, you know, one teach another, this plus you got the unicorn, which goes to the internet, you got social media, the word gonna spread like wildfire. He said I should consume the devil with the words of my mouth. So we coming with these words, exposing this devil, being exposed. He been exposed so bad, even his own is exposing him. I'm gonna put that precept later on, Lord willing. And he's been made bare.
This is Jeremiah 49 and 10. He said, but I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren, and his neighbors, and he is not. And that's spot on right there. He said his seed is spoiled. And he said, and his brethren. Okay, his brethren are those bums that you see on every corner asking for change. So his seed is spoiled, and his brethren is spoiled. And he said, and his neighbor, and he is not. And that he is not as though the elite bankers. They at the top right now, and they letting their whole seed, their whole community fall down by the wayside while they hoard up all the resources.
I like you broke that down, Ox. That's perfect, man. Like I say, the top of their nation is eating up the lower half of their nation. Right. And see what this happening is the lower half of their nation, that's who they gonna get the resistance from first. Yep. You know, that's gonna lead to Egyptian versus Egyptian, Esau versus Esau. That's what's gonna happen. Because the ones like they have a thing called white privilege. With the elites taking all the resources, like Ox said, taking everything up, they're gonna lose their privilege. And without their privilege, they go up under Yasharala because they need that to be even on a level playing field with us. So with them losing their privilege, they're going to get angry and upset because they got the privilege through who? The elites. That's who gave them the privilege. That's who write the laws. That's who give them a slap on the wrist. When they catch a case like you got that Rittenhouse case going right now, high profile, he might get did like that Derek Chauvin dude. He might have to go.
Not to mention that who's all on welfare right now. They not to do away with all the welfare. It's Edom. The majority of them on the welfare. That's why most of them is on Section 8. So all of them people, they about to get kicked to the curb. So that it's spot on when it says what? It said his seed is spoiled. The whole seed of their whole nation, they're spoiled. Okay, and then it said he is not. All right, and then those the elite banker who control the whole world. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked.
Well, that's why I like you did that. That's like a rug food. Because Section 8 food stamps was supposed to, keep us in the region. Right? And what happened, man, through the power of Yahbashi Ashai, it said, the curses shall fall upon our enemies. Now it flipped. Now you got Esau beating up one person on food stamps in Section 8. Oh, you go, the child support case, he getting put on child support more than Jake now. He feeling it. So everything they set out for us, that's that who rolled the stone, it's roll back on you. And that also goes into you reap what you sow. Yep. So everything they set out for us, trap they set for us is now catching their own up.
That's the reason why they fight against Texas, against that abortion law. The majority of the white women is actually getting abortion.
And that was another plot for Jake. Margaret Sanger set up abortion to kill Israelite babies. And now the curses overtook them, and Edomites are throwing their babies away at a high clip. They number one now. So now they want to do away with abortions because now they no longer serve its purpose. And see, they just showed the Lord, Yahweh Shah is resting upon this place. Everything they did, it's like he walking them down. Prophecy is walking them down. He setting his people back up. We getting this truth. The light done came back out. We getting built up. We standing up. And then all the curses is coming on them. So that's Yahweh Shah walking them down like he said he was going to do. And that's why the heathen are in great fear. They see Esau going down. Esau go down. Moab go down. Ishmael go down. They all joined unto this devil. They are confederate with him. According to Psalms 83.
Apply that, equate that with Revelation 12:9. That old serpent, the devil, who actually was cast out along with him. That's everybody that joined in with the devil.
So, man, this is a beautiful piece of work to witness this, man. To watch his plot not come to fruition and him to being straight up there sweating, stumbling, politicians. And so, the thing on that's beautiful to watch, but it's also going to lead him to take his trouble. Because when this devil can't get his plan to go across and he see that his whole kingdom about to go down, he going to come down with great wrath. He going to lash out. He's going to be angry. He's going to throw a hissy fit.
He's going to take it out on the 2/3, which the 2/3 is going to get cut off and down behind that.
They're going to cut up with it. 2/3, especially the low-level 2/3, that's like a dang dog. They don't see this coming. Like the brother in Mississippi, GMS Kingdom Bonding, he did a beautiful lesson on that. Your average 2/3 is totally oblivious to what's going on. Total oblivious, man. They worried about games and foolishness and fulfilling their lust. They're not seeing, so they're ready for the slaughter. But for the hopeful leg, we are paying attention. We see this devil and we watch him get circumspect. We're preparing ourselves we're hiding ourselves in the secret place of the Most High. We're getting prepared because we know what this devil gonna do. This whole us being here is a preparation for the Lord of Lord, King of Kings, and this word is to preserve us, and that's what we're doing. 2/3 are not doing that. They're carrying on as if Babylon the Great gonna come back. Even though I feel like, man, you a damn fool if you can't see this now, man. The supply chain is getting worse. Inflation is going up. They say every 30 days the dollar loses 1% of its value. And that was like they said it been happening like a couple years ago. So like you can see it like, man, the destruction is set. So like I know you better get in this truth, man, because like I said, Esau, like what's that, like a roaring lion, look at who he can devour. Hey, man, if you a 2/3, you ain't got this knowledge, man, you like a deer with a hurt leg.
But that goes back into an Esau finesse game. And I got another quick precept to go into that. This is Psalm 55:21. It says, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter. The war was in his heart, and his words were softer than oil, yet they draw swords. So that's his words. They constantly allowing the 2/3 to believe it. But the 2/3 don't believe it. So they're telling you that America's gonna get great. America's gonna get back to normal once everybody follow along with this mandate. That's what they're telling you. So that's his word. His word is and his mouth is smoother than butter. So they're smooth. They're trying to smooth things out, but everything is really going down in destruction. Okay, but war was in his heart. Okay, that's that lion. What the oxen brought out. That lion, as a war lion, walking out seeking who he may devour. So anybody that's believing in his word, he's seeking you out so he can devour you in the end. Okay, and he said, and his words were softer than oil, yet where they draw sword. That's what he's gonna devour you with that sword. Okay, his army, the medicine, the pharmaceutical, so on and so forth. Anything that Esau created that can kill you, that can compare to the sword. You got it.
Yeah, see, right now they about to step it up. I think they done got everybody they can get. They're at the end of the road. Lives not gonna work. And they gonna have no choice to come down with their military, the Great Wrath. I put an article not too long ago. They were talking about getting a pandemic task force. And we know what they gonna do. They're not gonna come out and be gentle. They gonna kick the door in. They gonna be 10 times worse than the police. Now the police do, Jay. Yeah. So with the task force coming, man, it's gonna be straight ruthless. And we trying to tell y'all Shirala so they can prepare for that. Your mind prepare for that. So when it comes, you're not in a panic. Like, oh man, like what's that? They say peace and safety and sudden destruction. We're not gonna be caught up in that when they say peace and safety. Nah, you got destruction coming. Like you said, they got this sword coming. War is in your heart. You're not falling for that, finesse game. And hey, like Pastor Ramla say, they got Jake wrapped like a little baby in the blanket, all wrapped tight, rocking all nice and sleepy and stuff.
Yeah, with a woman with child.
Damn, they got our people thinking like ain't nothing coming. They still twerking, still trying to just be some niggas. And I'm putting a precept out that shows Esau's whole mindset, because in their meetings, the elites, this is all they talk about and think about all day, every day. This is Psalms 37:12. The wicked plotted against the just and gnashed upon them with his teeth. This whole Crown 19 situation ain't nothing but a plot. Everything Esau do is a plot. And his plot is the what? To take out the just. Who's the just? The just is the hopeful elect nation of Yahweh Shah. And he says, it's a national upon him with his teeth. That means with his military might. That when the old school word you say, hey man, I got 10 dudes, they armed to the teeth. That goes because when you put some in your mouth, you chew it, you're destroying it, right. You're devouring it. So that's the same way they military gonna work. They gonna come with big numbers like a flood. They got UN troops, they got their military troops, they got robot soldiers, super soldiers, everything Esau got, he about to bring it out in order to consume the nation of Jacob, in order to eliminate every Israelite on the face of the planet. That's their idea. That is the plot. That's the plan. They got Bill Gates, who's spearheading this event. He's telling you the pessimists he gonna release, everything he's gonna do. So you can't act like you didn't see it coming, man. These devils right now, they said Esau been made so bare, they'll tell you what they about to do. He done did a TED Talks. He already discussed how he was gonna do this. Now he on there talking about he's gonna get a smallpox invasion at airports. I'm like, he basically let you know that he's going to set that up. That's what he's gonna do. That's the next phase. You know, we talk about cyber terrorism, which I'm like, he's the best one to do that. He's the one that made all the computer chips and the software. So who else to do a cyber terrorist attack other than the computer guy? You know, so he's letting you know his plans and plots, what he's about to do.
Got all the resources to back all of it up. Okay, so even with all this cyber terrorism and all of this stuff like that, they have to put it in law through that legislation. So that legislation would lead to what? Isaiah 10 and 1. I got that really right here because it says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decree and that right grievous which they have prescribed. Okay, they right grievous. So that goes back into Esau's captivity, that finesse. Okay, they're using the words, the law. And it said they turn aside the needy from judgment and to take away the right from the poor of my people. So they took away the right from the poor of my people when they started this mandate, right? When it said, and that widows may be they prey. The widow, those are the people that running around here without fathers, okay? And it said, and they may rob the fatherless, okay? And yeah, so the Lord Yahweh Shai is bringing their habitation down by that. But that's the whole point. Is Esau Edom is starting all of these legislations and then all of the things, and then they bring the action behind it. So you know the words is smoother than butter. So they use the word on every form, every way, any way that you can think of. And that's one. And the first one of them, it starts with the law of Esau Edom.
I'm about to elaborate big on what you said. I like that point you made. Because you said widowhood and the father.
Yeah.
Okay, when you think about widowhood and fatherless, what led to that? That's Esau's plot. You got the feminism movement, which led to the women throwing their men out, they can get Section 8 food stamps, which leads to widowhood. Because it's easier for him to attack and jump on a woman than it is the man. They go back to the garden, serpent and the Eve. The serpent wants the man out the way. You don't want to deal with Adam. Adam, deal with him on the level playing field. That woman is all game. He can attack her. She's emotional. He can play on her emotions, and she's the weaker vessel. He in the straight strong armor with no resistance. And then once he got the woman, he got the children. So that was also a plot by Esau Edom, feminism. Then you got fatherless. You got to think about that with they coons, they sellouts with the music entertainment industry. They use that rap music, sell the drugs, which is Esau drugs, push Esau drugs, kill one another. So that leads to fatherless. We got a lot of Jake is in the prison systems. A lot of Jake is in the graveyard based on what? Being a hood nigga, being gangster, which is utterly retardation. To be a hood nigga really is to be a minion of Esau Edom. Because when you hood, you going against all the laws and commandments the Most High set up. Because being hood is being what? You got to kill your brother. He on my set. He want a different color. He trying to sell rocks in my hood. So I kill him. That leads to fatherless. That takes away the uncles, the brothers, the fathers, the men who the serpent don't want to deal with. Then you got the music industry, which keeps it going, because these niggas really ain't gangster like that no more. All the gangsters really dead and in jail. So really dead. So now they got the hood niggas, the little crack babies, all on, playing their little music to influence the youth to be like what? To be a hood nigga. To be a hood nigga, you're gonna be set up to go to jail. It's all a setup. That's how Esau works. He's a cunning hunter. This is all snares and traps. You see, what Esau hates is that the men of the Lord see right through that. And you can't play them like that. And what they can do, they like light work, spread the truth, which spreads the light. Once that light go out, anybody that got any form of light in them is gonna hit them and resonate. And therefore Esau can't get them no more. And that pisses him off. Because he wants that finesse game to work. Because he don't want to use that sword to look bad. He want to be in the suit. He want the world to think he a gentleman and he's righteous and good. He want Jake to be the enemy. He want to look at Jake the savage. Jake the nigga. Really is him. So with his finesse game not working, guess what he got to do? He got to revert back to his old way. He got to go back to that caveman. He got to take that suit off and get bloody and put in his own work. He don't want to put in no work. He don't want to sit at the table, talk, like you say, push him in, put some legislation. That's what Esau want to do. But with the finesse game been over, Esau got to come up off that table. He's going to have to put on his fatigues, his little camo, He about to sit up in that thing. He about to hunt. You don't want to do that.
That's what he is, a cunning hunter. That's what the scripture said. Esau was a cunning hunter when they were first born.
So that scripture you brought out, that is spot on. That is so huge. You know, seeing that how they all played out. It was all played out through who's finesse game, Esau, Edom.
And you hear the management a lot when you go to when you go to work. You know, they say it's a lot of power behind that pen. That's what they always say. You know,
the pen puts people to death right now. The pen, that's what kicked off World War I, World War II with the pen. Thomas Jefferson put in laws to take the Native Americans' land.
Yeah.
You know, but everything that pen, that's what put in feminism. You know, giving women rights. You know, it's the same as a man putting a woman on the same putting the woman over the man. Esau do. Putting the pen to paper, signing the rappers the contracts, giving them money. You know,
and that's why it goes a long way when you read Psalm 55 and 21. It said his word was smoother than butter. It's smoother than butter. It smoothed out the whole earth. It smoothed out how everybody can live their life. Okay, throughout the whole earth by the power of their pen.
Yeah. I'm gonna elaborate more on the precepts. Bring it out. I'm gonna go to 13. 13 represents us and what I just said on light road. This is Psalm 37:13. The Lord shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day is coming. And they're going to us, man. We up here looking at Esau like, come on with it. Like, we know what you're gonna do. We know your whole game plan. We know your 52 fake out. Ain't no choice but coming us for our body. And then we got your high boxing shot that got our backs. So we laughing at you. You know, we got like daring you to come. Come on with it, man. We feel with the power of the Lord. You know, and I'm gonna bring out 14 because that's gonna bring up more of what happened in 12. This is Psalms 37:14. The wicked have drawn out the sword and have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy and to slay such as be of upright conversation. So that goes right there and just said they're going to what I said earlier. Esau gonna have to draw out that sword, which a modern day sword is a gun. He's gonna have no choice but to come at the whole leg with that sword. Because the finesse game, the lies, the trickery doesn't work. Because we see you as the devil. We now have our identity back. We know that we are Yahshua. We know that you are Edomite. You are the devil in the flesh. We know that. So that's what it said, never trust our enemy. So all that little smooth talk, that little candy talk ain't gonna work with us. Ain't gonna be no come to this building. We got food and water for you. You'll be safe. Man, we're not going to that. You know, if you go in there, man, Esau gonna step you straight to a chair and experiment on your butt. Like what's that, Nazi Germany? That's all they gonna do. So we already preparing ourselves to do our own thing. We get tense. We prepare to live in the wilderness. And what it's a precept. I want to say in Revelation said that the woman be in the wilderness, but there should be I go get there. There should be fed for days at a time, you know, which I might go get that. So and then like tend to break down the precept. It said cast down the poor need. Who's the poor need? That's Yahshua. You know, we don't got big multi-billion-dollar industries. We don't have a lot of Forbes companies, you know, and if we do, he a cool sellout like Oprah, which that means nothing. The Oprah can't do nothing for her people.
Yeah, if any of our people is rich and living in this society and they're well off, they benefit by Esau's wickedness. In other words, they got a covenant with the evil.
Yeah, so that
says that don't establish a covenant with the heathen. Luke paraphrase.
God. So that makes us, we the poor and needy. We don't have, I talked to my grandpa and my mama, like we had more Israelite owned businesses back in the 40s and 50s than we do now. Right? Even though we got more billionaires than we do, you know, than back in that day. That just shows that they're all compromised. You can see that with the NBA. They all got that Vanessa event, you know, NFL too. So they're already compromised. So what they got to do, they got to roll with Esau's narrative. You know, so they're pretty much done already. You know, and then it said, in the slave, said to be an upright conversation. What we doing right now is upright conversation. Talking about these scriptures, talking about Yahweh, that's upright conversation. That's the stuff that Yahweh want to hear. You know, Esau want to hear that. When you bring this word out, it goes against what he done set up. It talks bad about him. It tells you right there in Ezekiel 35:2. The Son of Man set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against him. So this word is against you. This word is not for you. That's why I really feel it in my heart. They gonna try to ban the Bible in a bit. You know,
they already trying it in some things. I can't remember. They trying it. They got it in. I don't think it's reached the ballot yet, but they just
it's on the ballot. So yeah, like I said, so they coming with it. And you tell they gonna come with it, they throwing out religious exemption. They don't care about that. Because they never cared about that, man. They just use religion as a form of breaking out the fence, make you think they good. That's the wolf and sheep clothing.
But you prove to them for being a hypocrite. What in the question? What do you got to do? You got to put your right hand on that Bible, as if they follow the laws behind that Bible. So that shows you that the people that the rulers of this world is a bunch of hypocrites. And they wicked.
They going there, preaching. We said earlier, they words as smooth as butter,
yeah.
More than their heart.
Yeah, more than their time.
They use the word, like I said, to disarm you, make you think they righteous, and they good. You know, because you can't come with somebody hardcore and think you're gonna get over them. You gotta come in, you gotta charm them. Like a charm. Yeah. You gotta come in smiling. I'm this and I'm that, and I'm so good, I'm gonna benefit you so much. And then, you know, when they turn their back, you know, when the defenses get lowered, then you go ahead and jump on them, you know. Now, if you coming in, you know, already beating your chest, they're gonna be their defenses up. You can't really, you got to put some effort to win that battle. But if their finesse game is strong, you know, you get them like what they say, take the candy from a baby. That's how they want you in a baby state. They ain't take it easy. Esau want to do stuff easy. I notice if it's even, Esau ain't gonna try it. You know what I'm saying? If it's even, Esau not gonna try it. But if Esau feel like he got the advantage, he gonna do it easy. He gonna do it quickly. Because Esau like the easy way out. Esau won't do nothing hard. Esau don't know nothing about no hard times or coming through nothing. That's why they nation people could never went through what our nation people went through. They'd have been done without. I'm gonna bring out a comfort. This is Psalm 37:15. Their swords shall enter into their own heart, and their bows shall be broken. So that right there should give the hopeful elect confidence, man. And that goes with what we said earlier. Everything they devise for us is happening to them.
I had a precept that goes into what this is going into Esau. This, Isaiah 10:1. It says, "And what will ye do in the day of visitation?" So that's when Yahweh shall come back and visit the earth. Okay, and he said, "In the desolation which shall come from afar." Okay, you look up Malachi 1:4. "To whom will ye flee for help? And where will ye leave your glory?" So when you read Malachi 1:4, they talk about Esau Edom. And said, where will you leave their glory? They ain't got no glory. They never did. Because if they did, then they'd be speaking some type of truth. Okay, so when you breaking it down, it said, "What would you do in the day of visitation?" Esau Edom can't do nothing. And that's why his finesse game is falling. He can't do nothing. He makes sense like he has power, but he's losing it. And it says, "And in the desolation which shall come from afar." This place is getting ready to fall right down, and it's coming from afar. That desolation. Okay, America's about to get destroyed. And it says, "To whom will you flee for help?" You can't go. It's like I always bring out. They got they space force. They got the underground bunker. But who they flee for help? They ain't got nobody to help them. Okay? And where would they leave their glory? They ain't got no glory.
We got this shameful spirit on their glory right now. You know, now their glory is turned into it's turned into a snare to them. Everybody's looking at them like, man, you the wicked. Like other nations, the heathens are looking like they're the wicked. That's why they're trying to take up their statues right now. Or they got critical race theory. We don't want to talk about slavery in schools no more. And that right there like blows my mind. I'm like, this whole time that's been in school, y'all weren't worried about it. Now that the truth is out, now y'all worried about it. Now you want to take it away.
With a little 6-year-old white girl, a little 6-year-old little white baby came home, her mama crying, saying, we the wicked? Evil? Are we evil, mama?
That's the spirit of the Lord right there. That's what I said. A 6-year-old now knows that she's the wicked. Right. So if the 6-year-old know that, you know all the older ones know that. You see that anybody just about to cry. She knew it too. Right. That's why she's not crying like we got to do something to change this. Yeah. Ain't nothing gonna change that. This is all, you put that in the books of the law. Now that the truth came out, it's showing you who you really are, and now you're ashamed of it. That's that shameful spirit should be on your glory, you know? And to me, I feel like that's too little too late. We in here, we know slavery was real and in the books. And it's in the law too. What's that, 1619 in Virginia? So to me, it's too late to overturn that. And then for you to call it critical race theory, how you gonna call something that's a fact a theory?
And you know, it's mighty funny because even though they're trying to get rid of that, it's still in the law that you're 3/5 of a human until you commit a crime. That's still in the law. They ain't did away with that, so you can't. I mean, it's all written, man. That we know who the wicked is.
And they feeling it too. They know in their hearts they wicked. What's happening is this truth is spreading so hard and it's so hard hitting. It's all in their face and it's making them have that guilty conscience eating them up a lot. That's why I say really we should look. A lot of them gonna off themselves. Low level, they gonna off themselves, man. We're gonna have an epidemic of suicide, especially when the famine come in, the inflation come in. Esau not prepared for hard times. Jake can still make it through hard times. We're the most practiced people on the face of the planet. We got that spiritual wisdom, so we'll find a way to make it. And I look back too to give me, gives me comfort. My ancestors made it through slavery. They made it through times where like you get caught, you got hung, your foot cut off, you had to eat pig guts. Women got raped. So I'm saying if my people made it through that time, I can make it through this time coming. It's in me. So I just got to build the strength up.
Know that how about me outside dealing with us because what did he say? I think that let me get that precept real quick. Luke 4:1. You got it. I'm gonna find that precept.
Okay, I'm gonna bring out one while you bring that up. I'm gonna bring out Ezekiel 13:21. And your kerchiefs also will I tear and deliver my people out of your hand, and they shall no more in your hand to be hunted, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. Because the lies ye have made the heart of the righteous sad, who I have not made sad, and strengthened the hands of the wicked, that he should not return from his wicked way by promising him life. That's that going to finessing these little stupid ass rappers and stuff. You know, what they say, a gift destroys the heart. There you go. And then I'm reading 23. Therefore, ye shall see no more vanity, nor divine divinations, for I will deliver my people out of your hand, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. So that's right there. That's Yahweh declaring that he's going to deliver us out of your hand. So that's showing that Esau is going to lose his clutches on the people. And when he loses the clutches on the people, he's going to lose the clutches on the world. Because we're going to ruin the world once again. So Most I said, you have made the righteous heart sad with all the lamentations and woes, trail of tears, North Child Walk, all that stuff you done did. Yeah, you done put all this stuff, all this iniquity and affliction that laid on my people. All the tears, all the crying, hey, that's gonna get turned around, man, when the Lord returns. Y'all was shot.
That's spot on right there because when it get turned around back on them, the Lord Yahweh shot that they gonna be sick. It ain't gonna be no more Esau here, right?
Yep, that's yours.
Right. See, and here it is right here. This is Luke 4:6. It says, ye were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, because ye moved the Most High to wrath. He was delivered unto your enemies. Okay? And that's how you know how about was dealing with our nation, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. We had so much punishment done to us on this earth, but yet we still here. But when it happened to Esau, we're gonna see how they gonna handle it. So we had that punishment and we still here. That shows you how strong we are as a people.
All the nations is against us, couldn't devour us. We still the most numerous people on the face of the planet. Abortion didn't work. Killing us in big colonies didn't work. Feeding our babies to alligators didn't work. That's why this devil's in straits, man. He looking like, man, what the hell? Everything I did to these people, and it didn't work. And not only did not work, now they coming back into the knowledge of who they are. That ain't getting strong. That ain't coming for me. Like, shit, what do I do? Bill Gates, what you gonna do? Man, you better turn that 5G on, goddammit.
Yeah.
You better, hey, tell it, man, get them boosters going, goddammit. They scared. They sticking in their boots, man. Like a brother in New York, he made a good analogy on that, man. He's like, he said you take some raid and you spread it on the roach. And he said you used to the roach. You seen that too? Yeah. You used to the roach dying. He said, okay, you go to this roach, spread the raid, and when you spread it on the roach, man, the roach stand up.
Yeah.
You say spread another roach, he stand up. Hey, he said that right there gonna make, pee on yourself. You see some stuff like that happening. And that's what's happening to Esau Edom right now. We standing up, coming with the truth, coming to great vote, declaring the truth, making our bodies living sacrifices, putting it out there for our nation. People are hearing that, getting built up, and the finesse game is not going to work. And Lord willing, the sword is not going to work. But then the standard's going to be lifted up. Then it's going to be, like I said, y'all shot going to walk them down. Like, come back. I just read that precept earlier. Like, we're not going to be in your hand no more, Esau. We coming up out of captivity. We coming up out of your hand. Your powers, because like I said in the piece I read, it said no more divination. You know what I'm saying? What it say? Great wonders. They did that, man. With everything Esau got, he got the 2/3 all in like caught up in a daze. They dazed and confused. They caught up in wow, Esau this and that.
Now they drop on.
Yeah. 2/3. They caught in a delusion. Right. We're not to say that. They talk about that. They're strong delusion. Yeah. They're caught in the delusion. The hopeful elect are not caught in the delusion. We see right through everything. Like, what's the Wizard of Oz? Then they thought he was something. They went behind this some little dude in the curtain. You know, like, man, this one man ain't no wizard. Man. And that's how we look at Esau. Like, man, you the basis of men. You know, the sun burn your ass up, man. Without that sword, you're nothing. You know? And Lord willing, we those men that get that spiritual power, even with your sword, you're gonna be nothing. So we're not worried about Esau, man. I'm gonna bring the precept out. And it's kind of like, yeah, this is more high making a declaration to Esau. This is Nahum 3:1. Woe to the bloody city. It is all full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not. Let's break that down. He said, woe to the bloody city. He basically saying, woe to Babylon the Great. Woe to America. Why? Because you establish it with blood. The blood of our ancestors is how you establish the city, man. So I said, woe to you. And that's why I say it's full of lies and robbery. That's how they got everything. We through lies and robbery and shedding blood. You know, first they come with the lie. The lie is so they can rob you. You know what I'm saying? Once you go for the lie, then they're going to rob you. They're going to rob you of the greatest asset you need. They're going to rob you of the land, you know? And then when they rob you, if you try to like say they wrong for that or put up some resistance, then they go ahead and shed your blood. So the city is full of blood. This is a very bloody city. You had it's so full of blood, even it's even full of blood. Esau fought Esau, the Civil War. And they fought in order to keep us in slavery. They fought on that. That's why I look at every foolish J. They fought for that one line talking about the Confederate flag ain't about slavery. It's about heritage and it's about something else. And they fought for that.
Go into the history behind that. Oh man, that should be another lesson. You go into the history behind that. It was the history that Civil War, the North versus the South. You know, the North was basically the bankers for the South. Okay, and then they realized the South was paying their loans back, so the North couldn't actually make no money off of them because the South was making so much money off of the slave labor. Okay, so the slaves were making these products, which was like Yasharala again. Okay, and it was making the South rich. So therefore, they went to war behind it. So that's just a little bit of history right there, man.
Oh man, that's beautiful right there, man. And that shows how like they profit off of Yasharala, right? You know, off the blood, sweat, and tears of our people. Now, at the end, it said the prey departeth not. We still here. And we still here. Yahweh said, occupy till I come. So we supposed to stay here, do work at the highway and hedges, prophesy against this devil. So our Lord and Savior, you know, make it back. Yahweh get here, it's a wrap. Ain't no negotiating. Ain't no let me pay this. And I put up what they like, whip up a stimulus package.
Yeah.
Let me get some reparations going. And let bygones be bygones. Nah, Yahweh ain't going for that. Yahweh gonna come and implement Psalms 2 and 8, you know, and then we gonna go ahead and implement it too, because that's what we waiting on, you know. We not like the 2/3. We don't have no love for Esau. We feel the same way about Esau, how Yahweh feel about Esau. So we get that rod of iron, we're going to strict rulership, you know, or I might make me a literal piece of rod of iron. Hey, we gonna put it on Esau here, you know, without no sympathy and no compassion. And anybody get offended by that, hey, this truth ain't for you. You know, I'm not about to get out here and spare your feelings and spit no feel-good gospel. That's not what this is about. That's not what I'm about. That's not what I'm about to do. So I tell you, this is only for the hopeful elect. We talking to the hopeful elect right now. I'm not talking no 2/3. You got any love for Esau, you are in the category of a 2/3. You don't have the spirit of Yahweh Shai. You need to repent.
Good precept, man. This is the precept going into how we should be looking at Esau Edom. So eventually we're going to be looking at him like this. This is Isaiah chapter 14 and 16. It says, they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble? That did shake the kingdom, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners? All the kings of the nation, even all them lie in glory, every one in his own house, but thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable flint, and as the remnant of those that are slain, thrust through with a sword that go down to the stone of a pit, as a carcass trodden underfoot, the flock is trodden under feet. In verse 20, it says, thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people. The seed of evildoer shall never be known. Okay, and then verse 21, it said, prepare a slaughter for his children for the iniquities of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. And that's how we should be looking at Esau Edom right there, because that's what they're leading into. So if you're a two-thirds, you're gonna be followed right along with the evil doers.
You have that spirit really. I'm gonna bring that gonna back that up. Really, if you're not with Yahushua, you against Yahushua. That shows you in league with Esau Edom, man. Especially people that still going out vote, still believe in this political system. You think people Joe gonna say today, hey, woe to you. Woe to you. Especially the older people. They I feel like, because I know the political system is bullshit, you know, and I'm 36 years old. I feel like our elders, they need to wise up. They should know that by now. But see, I understand why. You know, you got that spirit of the Lord upon you. See through this. That's why I say blessed for our eyes, but they can see. We got people in their 50s and 60s, and they still going with the motion. Still don't know what's going on. Still lost. And I just be looking at that like, wow, man, how you been living this long and you still ain't figured this out? This devil still running circles around you. Like, you should be able to see, like, everything they do is a lie. You should see them like that. And then, like, to me, I really feel like that about them. Like, we seeing them do lightweight stuff. I feel like if you was born in, like, the 40s, you know, our grandma's grandpa, you seen this devil get down. So how can you have love for this devil, man?
They didn't tore y'all down with the Great Danes when y'all went marching. You know, sprayed you with water hole, all of that stuff like that. You seen it right in your hand. You have front row seats behind that.
Yeah, beat Emmett Till, so he wasn't recognizable. They did a lot of jake like that. He was the most famous one. Drag your pops out the house and hang them in front of everybody. Take pictures.
That's what do they call it? Picnic. That's where the term picnic came from.
Come on. Pick a nigga and hang him to eat up under his body. That's a devil, man. Yeah. They don't get no wicked in there. And they have to change. I don't know why people think they done changed. They still like that. And then, like, Trump brought it back out. So there's no excuses. You know? Trump brought it that spirit right back out of it. He drew it right back out of it. You know? Then Creepy Joe got in. Now they trying to, crawl back to their cave. And they want Jake to join in. And, like, this is our country. We need to all band and fight for America. Man, nah, fuck that. Get away from you, devil. We're going to let your country burn. You know? You ain't going to care about no America. This country ain't did nothing good for our nation since we've been here. At all. So I just look at it like, man, that's why I just feel blessed that Yahweh opened me up to see through all this, put me in the spirit of the Lord to do what we're doing now. Because our people, they are truly lost. But that civil rights movement was great darkness. They put them in the dark like no other, and that was a plot. That was a scheme.
They call it segregation. And it's funny because they use that finesse game, but they call it segregation. They not segregation, but what is that term? Where they brought all of the businesses together. Man, what is that term, man? Where they brought all the businesses together.
Consolidate.
I call it segregation, but
Integrate.
Integrate, yeah. That's that finesse game where they made everybody to integrate, and then in turn, everybody got a benefit except for Yasharala. Okay, that's why they ended up falling right back down. Back in the early 50s, we had our own business. We were able to provide for ourselves. But when integrated came into play, they knocked it right back down.
Yeah, what you did was you integrated with your enemy.
Right, exactly.
And you integrated with your enemy being lost. Your enemy knows that you his enemy. If You with your enemy thinking he your friend. So he over here, like you said earlier, taking that pen, tricking you out of your business, tricking you out of your house with the mortgage. He just pistol whipping your ass, you know, with smiling in your face. And our people be.
He also integrated by what? Telling our women that they can go to school and get this wonderful degree. Basically taking our women away from us, from being actually serving us with that actual true goal. He thought he did a whole lot, man.
Got the fucked up with pride.
Right.
So he basically downgraded us. Which that's a really list tactic.
Yeah.
Think about it. That's what list tactic. That's what list said. Deal with the woman and put the woman over the man. And that's really, you think about that, we can go further back. That's the tactic by the serpent. Yep, same tactic. Get rid of the man, and I'm gonna deal with the woman. I'm gonna use the woman to destroy the man, to spoil the man. Because I can't just get this man like that. Like, I can't play on his emotions like that. I can't trick him like that. If he rise up, he's liable to, knock my teeth out my mouth. So like you said, man, our people, you gotta wake up from that finesse game, which a lot of people are. And like his own people's waking up from it. Like we said earlier, like we in a time now where they're gonna get great resistance. When that great resistance come, it's gonna lead into Jacob's trouble. Because they're gonna push back. Yeah, big time. Huh? I remember you showed the article, they put the manure in front of dude's door. I was like, dang, and there was nobody but Esau. Jake ain't got the time and resources to do that like that.
No, none at all. You can tell that's Esau because who owned all the land? Who owned the farming system? But they put the manure, so that was straight up Edom right there. Put it right in front of the Republican office. They put a pile of shit right there. The bank saying you full of shit. Everything on it. You full of shit.
Hey, a big pile, was filled to the door. He couldn't get in. You gotta shovel that. Hey, that's straight Esau right there. So that's just, Esau had enough of Esau. So let's get down to it. So I'm gonna pull a precept. So we don't need to be out there riding with Esau either. The 2/3 gonna do that.
Yeah,
they gonna get out there with Esau. We gotta fight for America. And shoot and bust your gun, and we gotta shoot politicians. Don't be out there, man. You gonna get quick death, man. Let Esau be a fool on his own.
A quick example on that, because when Esau was the one running those protests behind the George Floyd situation. Yep. During those protests, there were 2 Jakes that got hugged during or after those protests. So that lets you know not to trust your enemy right there. So they always attack during the chaos, order out of chaos.
Get you. Black Lives Matter. Yep. That's owned by George Soros. That's owned by Esau. Right. That's an Edomite movement. There are people that's getting finessed so much. They're not telling my people, get out of Black Lives Matter. Yeah. Man, you're not black. One, you're also byword. And really, Esau owned that. That's the, stir up trouble, like you said, in the cow. Think about it. When lions attack they prey, that's the same tactic they use. The females ambush and chase the, the gazelle this way. Yep. The gazelle run that way. And then the ambush chaos, hey, man, the male lions pop up and put whoever, they can catch the death. And that's the mob. You out there riding. Speedy might just snatch you up in the back. Why do you think real quick?
You can look this up right now. You can actually look this up right now. There are certain holidays, like the 4th of July. More killings happen during those holidays. New Year's Eve. A lot of those stuff, a lot of bad shit always happens during those times. Because everybody be so busy celebrating. It's the perfect time to actually for somebody to get killed.
Like I said, especially 4th of July, you want to do a shoot that, you want to shoot somebody, best time to do is 4th of July, yeah? You're going to lay right back down some firecrackers.
That's why I said New Year's Eve too, because they got
shoot, maybe shoot. So you go out, it's firecrackers. Yeah. You see firecrackers. Yeah, somebody got put to death. Yeah. They ain't gonna catch it like 2 days later. Like you said, so I'm gonna bring out this precept right here. It's kind of like, man, another reiteration, but the most I'm trying to tell people, keep your heads up. This Deuteronomy 11 and 16. Take heed to yourselves that your heart be not deceived, and ye turn aside and serve other gods and worship them. Who counts the other god is Esau Edom. The 2/3 worship Esau Edom like he a god. They look to Buddha, they look to Muhammad and Muslim, and man, a lot of Jasons bugged out. They'll read a lot of different philosophies. They'll read everything but the truth. They'll give it everything but the truth. They'll read any type of literature. Little studious Jakes. They'll read this, you know, hotel committee. They'll do anything but get to the truth, which makes all that other stuff like really useless. You just really bug yourself out. And like that's mixing your wine up. You mix that wine up, you for sure gonna throw up. You know, you're gonna be sick. They go in the remember the precept, the Lord said, be sober, sober minded.
Be sober, be vigilant.
Yeah.
The devil, your
So
adversary.
you can't, and at some point reading out of different literature, you need to put the pieces together. Like when Hotel Commander said the black woman is God, you need to be like, man, what?
Yeah.
That's a bunch of shit. And you need to throw that book in the trash, throw the book of dead in the trash. You know, Muslim, Islam ain't got no prophecy. So after a while, you like, man, stuff going on. You know, it ain't lined up. Brothers on the highway head saying, you need to throw that in the trash. You know, if you read what else, Jake be all into witchcraft, that's just straight. Come on, man. That's just straight wickedness right there. Like, you should not be in no goddamn witchcraft. What else Jake be into? Just read, man. Investment. All that, man. The country, the economy, done about the craft. So, you need to get out of that. You know, you might get your little money with that, but don't put your stock into that because that's about to fall flat. You know, so really, at some point, you should be coming to the truth. That's why I look at Jake, read a lot of this philosophy, a lot of this books, stuff like that. Really, you just psyching yourself out, man. Really, you a bug out. So you just, you can read, but you read a lot of different stuff, man. You're not coming to the truth. Because, like, I was doing that too, but I still came into the truth. So I see now you got to have the spirit upon the spirit of the Lord upon you. Because it said, don't be serving other gods. In this place, Babylon the Great got other gods, man. And the biggest god I see in Babylon the Great is Mammon, which is money. Yeah. A lot of our people got their pride. Everybody worships money, man.
I got a quick precept to go into that too. This is Malachi 1:4. It says, whereas Edom said, we are in poverty, but we will return and build a desolate place. And how will they return? They're using that money just to what? They starting out the stimulus check, and they're trying to use their money and say that it's going to help stimulate the economy, right? And it said, thus says the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. Okay, they're throwing down by what? They're using the Lord of hosts is using the other countries to get rid of the American dollar. Okay, and it said they shall call them the border of wickedness and the people against whom the Lord has indignation forever. Okay, so now that we worshiping his money, okay, who's behind their money, who's controlling their money, the Lord has indignation against those people. So he's gonna throw down the dollar first. That's what's happening right now. He's gonna throw down the dollar first, right? And then the other countries getting rid of the American dollar, which value the dollar, and eventually inflation is gonna go up. And then after that, this whole place is gonna be desolate. Okay, and that's when the war is gonna start, Civil War and all of that.
World War III about to pop off. War is on the horizon, man. Like, you gotta tell our people to be ready for that. Prepared. You got the whole arm of your house on right now. Because if you don't, you're gonna be, you're gonna be easy taken. You get caught up in like probably like when the first beginning of stuff starts, you're gonna get caught up in that Jacob trouble. They're gonna run out panic mode. A lot of Jake ain't even got no food put up, man. You know, run out, I gotta go get some food. Get caught at the store. At the supermarket. The store shells about to get paid bird. You know, they got the shipping supply chain shortage. It's getting worse. You know, so tell the Jake better prepare. I got a precept. All this is happening. This is all a plot. Esau's doing so he can cap off the NWO, his New World Order. He's trying to lead into that. You know, he has to crown that. That's his only way of what they call it a reset. Yeah. He's trying to reset. He's trying to go back to when, you know, we was in horror bondage slavery, chattel slavery. Esau want that back. And to me, they really got proved during Trump's administration. What did he say? Make America great again? And he showed how they still, I've seen a lot of Edomites came with their racist rhetoric, man, when he was in office. They was in pride, like he's a very prideful devil.
He didn't have no problem walking around with the Trump flag, hanging it on their port. No Trump flag.
They was all for it, man. I even had an Edomite, hey, you know this, our old job oil states. They had me training an Edomite, man, and I can tell you that the Edomite was real racist, you know.
So I made him feel comfortable because I want to know what his pride was. He had pride with me. You know what anybody told me? Anybody told me, like, I feel like, we need to go back into the old days. I feel like, they should have got rid of slavery. I feel like, slavery was a good thing. I feel like slavery was getting my country back right.
He said that too.
They said that to me straight up. And to me, that's me coming to the truth. Me expressing the truth. The Spirit of the Lord hit me. I didn't get all upset. I didn't get all, I didn't fight him with nothing. I was like, okay, that's cool. So I told him, I was like, hey man, you believe in the Bible? He was like, yeah. I was like, okay, pull out your phone. I want you to read this scripture real quick. He was like, all right. I was like, read to me Revelation 13 and 10. And he read it. And I was like, you know what that mean, don't you? Man, that man Edomite turned so red, got mad. Hey man, he quit. He ain't come back to work the next day. And I just used some quick wisdom, and I instead of me getting pissed off, he got pissed off. Yeah. And I didn't do nothing but show you what the word said.
And you just basically shut down his finesse game because he was trying to, by you saying that, because normally a Jake would tell you, normally a 2/3 Jake, he'd get mad.
He done lashed out. Yeah, he done lashed out on that. I didn't get mad because I knew that's how he felt. I wanted to see where he was coming from, because I knew what it was, but I want him to admit it to me.
Right.
So it's like I reversed it. The tables got reversed. It's like I used wisdom and he was the fool. So I let him, I made him comfortable. Let's go. Esau do to us, make us feel comfortable. I was like, man, let me know, you can say it. Let me know what the problem is. He wants slavery back. That's what he said. And for him to say that, I look at his whole nation want that. He just only one with bold enough to admit it. He probably feel like, man, this little bitty Jake, he get mad, I'll beat him up. And I'll tell you what was going through his head when he said it. And I just let him know, like, that shit's over with. You about to go into slavery. I didn't even say it. I set him up. I said, you believe in the Bible? This. Oh yeah, I believe in the Bible. I know about the Bible. Yeah, I believe in God. Yeah. I'm like, okay. And I like you got the internet. I said, pull out the phone. Revelation 13 and 10. He read that, and he knew what that meant, and he got mad. James, and what was the other dude's name? Talking about Cliff. Yeah, James and Cliff called me in the office. It was mad at me. Talking about what did you do to him? What did you do? I didn't do nothing to him, because they was mad, because they was speech tracking. They had big plans for that. They liked him. Now I see what they liked him. He was racist. So they was gonna move him up. They had me training him. So he quit the day that happened. So they got me in the office. They sit me down, interrogate me, like, what did you do to him? He don't want to come to work no more. And then I hit them with that guy too. I said, James, Cliff, we in here talking about a dude who quit and don't want to come to work. I'm here at work. I'm here ready to work. And you are fussing to me about a dude who don't want to come to work? Like, oh man, they turn red and look crazy, man. They get out of here, man. I was like, see, he's so dumb as I don't know what, man. And I'll never forget that, man. I'll never forget that job. Hey, what you think of that? That was a very racist job, man. Everybody was racist. The head dude was racist. I think that's the most racist job I would work for. Yeah, that's the most racist job. They did everything except call you a nigga, but they let it be known like, we don't like y'all. We hate y'all. I'm gonna keep you low. It's like how this country works. They needed us. If Esau couldn't do what we do. Remember, we putting out work. We can deal with the heat.
They don't have that wisdom. Like they really don't have that wisdom. Like they always, even if you can take that back. That reminds me of history was that the Shrek property day, where when Abraham Lincoln signed that that bill where they the slaves so-called had to go away free. When that happened, who all fell into the poor economy was Esau.
Esau.
Yeah. So we had the skills and the knowledge to provide and kill the land, but Esau didn't have all of that. All they had was control the slaves. That's it.
And that's how the union got started. They were blocking us out the job. We could do all the jobs. So I'll never get that place to work for, man. That was a very racist company.
I got a quick precept on that text right there, man. Because how I said, it's Matthew 10 and 16. It said, behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as the serpent and harmless as the dove. And that's spot on what the argument did. He applied the scripture, and he was in the what is it said? I think he was a sheep among wolves, and those wolves were the Esau. Okay, they were racist predators. Okay, and what he did, he applied the scripture And you know, he was wise as a serpent. Okay, he basically used his own finesse game against him, and it showed that he didn't know how to handle. He didn't know how to handle.
I didn't hurt nobody. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't get mad.
All
I was
that
sitting there,
stuff.
hey, I was finessing them. That's the good thing about this truth, man. You get this truth, wisdom of these scriptures, you can reverse the game on Esau because Esau is really not intelligent. Esau is not smart. You just think that because he's empowered. Once you get your knowledge of who you are back, your ID back, you know, you gonna know how to move, you're gonna know how to walk, man. You're gonna move circumspectly, and then you can finesse them.
That's another thing. That's another thing I was getting ready to bring up, man. That's why you have to be sober. Okay, by being sober, you have to be aware of your surroundings, who's trying to get at you. Okay, because if he wasn't sober, then that racist demon Esau would have basically devoured him. He probably would have caused him to lose his job. But no, Lord willing, he was sober at that time, right? And he also, another scripture that come to mind is, "Ye shall know them by their fruit." Okay, he paid attention to him to know that he was a racist. That by him being a racist, that was his fruit.
Straight played it out there like that. We had they hard to do. You go up there to piss Jake off, make Jake fight to get fired. So that happened to G. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole point. They hired that little dumb kid fight, man. Say some racial stuff, get you in your feelings, your emotions. You gonna fight him and they get fired. Yeah, he got a real cool Jake fired. Use that. But see, that Jake didn't know what was going on. He didn't know the day because I knew why he got the job. I knew his whole plan. He came at me too. He came at you too, didn't he? Yeah, they say he came because that was his whole point. I was coming to get my little food out the thing. He walked up on me like this, and he tried to rile me up too, but it didn't work because I already knew that was his job description. Right. Because they wanted to thin our numbers. So he was to aggravate you, make you fight him, so then they can fire you.
That's the whole point why we out here. We talking about Esau finesse game. That's what it is right there.
Everything a snare in the trap, man. I'll never forget too. They was gonna make us a line league. I think it was morning shift. I think that's when me and you was split up. And they had gave one to an Edomite, and they had gave one to an old cooned out northern tribe. And then the southern tribe, all us Jakes, they all put us in the room. All us in the room. We had a good we all talked, man. We had that unity. Yeah. So Esau set us down the room. So I got one more line league spot. I'm gonna give it to one person. So y'all decide when we gonna basically you trying to get us to fight each other for it. And it kind of worked. I tell one Jake, like, hey man, calm down with this. I'm gonna get it, forget y'all. And I'm like, that Esau been running you. So I had to talk to him, let him know what Esau doing. I'm like, this old 1800, 1700 tactic, this ain't gonna work, man. Yeah. You already know who did it. Dang. He set us all down. All the crew, he was like, man, y'all got one spot. He's like, y'all figure out who's gonna be the line lead. I'm like, man. You know, and that's on Discord of my brother.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. You know, and I thought about it, it was a movie. That's how boxing got started. But you know, boxing, it was like one of the slave owners. It was a movie that I saw a long time ago. I can't remember the movie, but it was a slave owner because they basically boxing got started through slavery, and they taught they slave owners, they put money in the middle, and they said y'all fight for this money. That's the same scenario what he thought did.
They call them Mad Dingo. They used to have all their big slave fight. They did not do like cockfights. Like this slave owner would have a big old slave. This slave had a big old slave, and they would say like, let's put the money up. My slave can beat your slave. Yep. And they do that's how, like you said, that's how boxing started. It was the slaves. Yeah, and they fight each other.
They had them fighting for change. You know, Esau had all the money, but Esau would just put like 10% of what he made, like $100. He put $10 down. You know, it had a few slaves fight for that $10.
Then I also turned to the different plantations. Yeah. This plantation, I put $200. My slave would whoop your slave. Right. They fought like that. And then I seen that James Brown with the get up. Yeah. Remember they had James Brown in there? He had to fight other Jakes to see, who he let free. Or it was something they was gonna get. But he put them all in the ring and they all had to fight each other. They was blindfolded. So you sure right, man. That was when they get up. And like you said, that's how boxing started, man. That's like cockfights. They just after a while they like we're gonna use animals. They're gonna use Jake no more because then we're gonna look bad. But they still do it. You think about boxing, it's still like that. It is. It's a contract. It's Dana White, UFC. They say, man, my dude over here beat your dude over there, and it's all about the money, man. Pay-per-view is the money. So it's still going. Football ain't nothing but the Roman games, gladiators. Basketball,
Like that competition. Yep.
it's the same thing, man. This ain't number 3 Roman Empire.
That's why all of this stuff get ready to go down. Like even with that even in basketball, like when you miss basketball, like the Kyrie is a very popular player. A lot of people really like to see him play. And they shut him down, but in turn value in their whole society. Okay, so his mandate is bringing down their whole society. Don't nobody like to watch basketball no more because all the best players is basically sitting on the sideline right now. Majority of them. Especially Kyrie, that's one of the best players. I don't even like to watch basketball no more.
Yeah, this
all the great players no more.
Yeah, this is true Kyrie. I think the NBA is 97% in the event.
Yeah.
You know, it's only a few of them that ain't participating. All the other ones they did. Even the ones that know they Israelite.
Yeah.
Melo and Draymond Green, they went participate. I'm like, you dang fool.
But they didn't already broke Carmelo up before he even got on
Yeah,
the
right.
trail back.
They broke him in October. They broke him to get back in it.
Yeah.
So talking about he wasn't good enough. I'm like, man, get out of that. So he had to go ahead and bow down. And that's how they doing it, man. Make participate to break. And they doing that with everybody with a job.
Yeah.
Think about
exactly.
it. Everybody about to go through that. You know? Your job or this. What you gonna do? What you gonna choose? I already made the millionaires, bow down. Now I'm about to do everybody else.
That's crazy because that is all that we talk about. He talk finesse game on a higher level, and everybody is able to see it. Not everybody's seeing it. They see what he's doing. His whole society, that whole wisdom is gone now.
Oh, you know what further he did it too? See, that's why they say they be playing themselves. The Aaron Rodgers situation.
Yep.
Look how Kyrie Irving got did, and look how Aaron Rodgers did. This dude, just like Esau, he lied about it.
Yep.
Taking part in the event, he lied about it. And then he got caught. He just got a little slap on the, like, what's that Dallas Cowboys team, CD Lamb? He like, I got fined more for a uniform infraction. And this dude only got 14,000. And he lied, and y'all forced us to do this shit. Right. Because he a star quarterback, I think he get to play. He just got suspended for one game. He still get to play. Yeah, look how you doing Kyrie Irving. So that shows the privilege is still on display. As he told himself.
So a very hypocritical. This is a hypocritical nation.
Yup. See, so they telling on themselves. Let's say that right there. That's the finesse game. But this ain't about people saying, oh, and then I'm about to read the precept. Aaron Rodgers further pulled that game out. Aaron Rodgers said that he contracted it from somebody who's already got the finesse. Right. So that proves it really doesn't work.
Yeah.
And that's your own people pulling out your stuff. Because he don't want to do. Because he called himself a critical thinker, which means like I said, the finesse game, he know what it is. He did the research. He don't want to do it. He might retire. If they force him, but they like, nah, we need Aaron Rodgers. So we're gonna give him a fine for 1 week, then he can play.
And it's crazy.
But Jake gotta do it. But Jake better do it.
We talking about athletes right here. See, Aaron Rodgers is one of the top 5 athletes, top 10. Kyrie Irving is the same, top 5, top 10. But look how they treat him.
Yeah, Jake gotta do it.
Right.
Ain't no if and buts about it. Now Esau, my own, little slap on the wrist.
Right.
You go ahead, but Jake, because they let you know the whole plot is for Jake.
Yeah.
That's the primary target. The rest of their people is just secondary. They're gonna do that just to keep the finesse game going. But even their own is catching that. So I'm gonna bring the precept. Yep, this is Job 18:7. Steps of the spirit shall be straight, and his own counsel shall cast him down. That's his own counsel right there. Aaron Rodgers is an Edomite. He telling on them. And then with his rhetoric, the little interview he did, he kind of made them look stupid. Because what he said was some honest, truthful stuff. He like, I did the research and I got it from somebody that got it. So why should I get it? He talked about antibodies. They slammed him for that. They was mad about that. Then you got doctors, that's Edomites ringing the bell. Well, then they got rid of them now.
Yeah, they kind of shut him down. But,
yeah, they called him out.
A doctor named Terry Madej. Terry Madej, you look her up. He's shaming him on top of that. There's a lot of doctors that shame him, man. One of them in particular, her name is Terry Madej.
Oh, don't forget that Roman Catholic priest. Oh, you know how he did it? They killed him.
Yeah, they killed him. Yeah, he did.
He talked about they killed him. He was in the Roman, wasn't he a cardinal? Or
yeah,
he was
a cardinal.
Yeah, cardinal, that's our level.
Hey, and what did they say? They said he died from what? He died from that that crown compensation.
Yeah.
That's what they call it.
And I'm like, talking about he ain't caught it, then he died. I'm like, man, this dude already pulled y'all shit out.
Yeah.
They let me know y'all done caught this dude behind closed doors and put him there. They ran a lie.
Yeah.
A whole lie on the story. I'm like, man, get out of here with that. He said, you tell on yourself, man. So your own counsel casts you down, you know. And I'm gonna read this too, because I quoted this earlier. I'm gonna bring it on out. Job 18:8. For he is cast to a net by his own feet, and he walketh upon a snare. So this trap that Esau set out, he gonna get caught up in it. You know? Everything he done put out there for us is now falling on his head. And that goes in there, what I said earlier, the curses that he put on Yasharala, y'all Bashar, that transferring them over to Esau evil. And now we are witnessing that. Now it's about, and see, they got the curses on them, they ain't the people of the Most High. The curses gonna eat them up alive. The curses tearing us up, but we still kind of, we still stayed because we got the birthright. Yeah. We still pushing babies out, we still here. Curses messing us up, but we still here. The curses, hey, when Esau get the curse he put on us, oh man, hey, it's gonna eat them up alive. That's how I see that they're gonna go extinct.
The Lord's word is that would not come back void. He said he's gonna make them destined. That means that word destined means empty. That means they're gonna go extinct. All right, I got a quick precept to back up with that. This is Revelation 12:9. And it said, and that great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceived the whole world, was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him.
You hear that? I got a precept that's gonna go with that precept. That's the spirit. I'm about to bring this out right after that right there. So that kind of, I might bring it out now. They go in what you just brought out. Right? So I'm gonna bring this. And then we'll break it. Revelation 19:20. And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, and them that worshipped his image. These both were cast alive to the lake of fire, burning with brimstone. And the remnant were slain with the sword of him that sat upon the horse, which sword proceeded out of his mouth, and all the fowls were filled with their flesh. That go right there. Esau about to, that's why Esau's in panic right now.
That went right way into detail right
there. Yeah, so it's Esau, man, the hot thermonuclear fire that's about to be put out through World War III is about to burn up his whole legacy, man. And all his lives, everything he done put, that he made, his legacy, is about to be destroyed. Yahushua's about to do that, And right now he's doing it with the sword of his mouth. These words he's putting out, man. These words are sharp. They cut asunder, man. And we put out the words. This is the words of the great king. These are the words of Yahushua. These words is hitting him right now. Yahushua get here physically, everything gonna hit him physically, man. He gonna be physically taken out, man. And that's saying right there that the false prophets, the Roman Catholic Church, that they did miracles, going to their lives, going to their finesse game. All that's gonna be done away with.
They're trying to say this mandate is a miracle.
No, yeah, man. And how is a miracle don't even work?
Right.
You still catch it and still spread it. So how is that a miracle, man? That shows that is another a false lie, another, a band-aid.
And everybody that joined in, that helping assist with this mandate, right? Just like it said in Revelation 12:9, and he said his angels was cast out with him. They're gonna be cast out as well. They help him with his agenda.
Yeah. Like I said, going to that, what you just said right there, make more order to see the mark of the beast.
Yep.
Worship the image, they're going to this RFID microchip that's coming out. Everybody's about to take it. They already prepped to take it. They already gonna participate in that event. If you participate in that event, most likely you're gonna participate in the other event that's coming when they crash the dollar. So if you do that, you're finished.
There you go. That goes to that finesse game because everybody, even the 2/3, recognize that issue would get ready to come because it's society.
Even Esau.
Yeah.
I'll be on the comment board, certain little articles. Esau be calling it out like, oh, that microchip, the mark of the beast. I'm like, oh, Esau, no.
Yeah.
Come on, Jake.
Because the word finesse goes into trick. So when the ox brought out, he said that finesse game is over. That means that nobody can be tricked because they already see it coming.
And it's impossible. You see the hopefully elect.
Yeah.
You're not gonna trick the elect. The elect gonna see it coming. They gonna hide their place, hide themselves and see the place most high. And they gonna be safe. But what it say? Those that run to the name of the Lord is a strong tower.
I think that Proverbs 18 and 10.
It shall be safe, man. And that's what we tell. That's why we put this work right now, so that you can get this truth, see the light, you know, and do what you need to do. Repent, get back, place it back right with the Lord. That way you deserve, and you know, Lord willing, see, you know, your salvation through our Lord and Savior, the house of our God. Let me say, man, I got my precepts out. So look there right there. So with that being said, hey, we'll give all praise to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh, Hashem, Rakakadash. Say it's Papa Bob, baby, from Yahweh, baby.